So very sorry. First of all, I want to thank you both for taking time out to introduce your services to our advisors that are on the line. This is a local resource, especially to our local advisors to the home office. They are just down the street, but I am very excited to have BackNine join us and be part of our insurance resource group, and I'm just excited with the programs they have and how they model their services. So thank you for your time for joining us today, and go ahead, take it, guys.
Thank you very much, Ellen. We appreciate it. Again, my name is Josh Elohim. We also have Jesse Serrano. Will both be your presenters for today, as well as your account managers here for BackNine Insurance. Just some quick housekeeping just to make this conversation smooth. We're going to mute everyone so that way we can get through here smoothly in a timely manner. If you do have any questions, there is a chat box that you can just type in your question. If for some reason all of our contact information as well will be at the end of the presentation as well. So just to let you know, we will be attending your conference in Vegas. However, if there's an opportunity before that, we'd love the chance to come out and meet you face to face if you are local, and if not, we will see you in Vegas here. So without further ado, let's go ahead and get started here. Jesse?
Thanks, Josh, and good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to BackNine Insurance. I guess let me start off with, as you can see, the slogan to our company is to simplify the selling of insurance. And the first thing we want to do really is apologize for other GAs first. They definitely have not made writing insurance easy, and we're here to show you that it can be made simple and easy. We're here to show you that there's a pool of money in your current book of business that you may or may not be taking advantage of. Our goal is to show you how easy it is to start dipping into that pool and start capitalizing on opportunities you may have never even known existed. We don't expect you to be experts. We're not here to tell you how to run your business or change your business. We're here to make things easy. In fact, if you have a life insurance opportunity but are currently not life insurance licensed, we are licensed, and we can still be a resource to you. And lastly, we want to let you know that we understand you may already have existing relationships. We are not here to step on anyone's toes, but if we could show you maybe one strategy that you may currently not be familiar with, hopefully you would give us the opportunity to work with you on that one case. So who is BackNine Insurance? Well, we're a brokerage general agency with access to over 40 carriers for life insurance, long-term care insurance, annuities, and disability insurance. So think of us as your back office, where your insurance department, we're your industry partners. I have a little slogan that I tell my advisors. It's a little cheesy, but I tell them, hey, you know what? Put us on your staff, but not on your payroll. We're technology focused, so we've created this custom case management software called BOSS, Back Office Support System, which allows you to track and manage your case from the beginning to the end, and that way you know that your case is being worked on, that it doesn't just go into a black hole and you hope that it comes through on the other side. We're big on education. We're an educational resource to you. We meet with carriers at the very minimum once a month, and we learn about industry updates, and then we pass the updates on to our advisors. We host educational webinars, if not every week, every other week, talking about unique case design ideas and strategies. We're very big on face-to-face meetings. We would love the opportunity, as Josh said, to meet with you and talk about how we can help you grow your business. We're flexible, so we can be as hands-on or as hands-off as you want us to be, whether it be just with case design and some ideas that you can bounce off of us, to even point of sale if you need us to be.
Thank you, Jesse. So what I want to do here is first let's kind of address the elephant in the room here as to why our financial planners, for the most part, not selling fixed products. So I've heard a few different reasons here, but let's just go over it. I wanted to throw up a little joke here. I make too much money, I don't need any more. Ha ha ha. I'm not comfortable with product knowledge, and this is one we see a lot of, is that I don't want to sit in front of my client and not know the answer to a question. We understand that. It takes away from my AUM, from my assets under management. We get that as well. So there's the three kind of reasons as to why you might not be selling insurance, and I'm sure there's some people on the phone that are. So here's the question: why should I be selling fixed products? Well, what we found is that fixed products can help to protect your assets under management, because when you through insurance, there's no greater vehicle if for some reason your client needs to pull money out at a timely manner. There's no greater vehicle if they need to pull out cash from insurance. It makes a lot of sense. Also, it can protect against your long-term care expenses. I do have a financial planner I work with, and in 1 year, he had 10 of his clients who all had long-term care issues. And then they came to him, and it affected his AUM big time. So long-term care is an issue that we want to help you address as well. Then again, it also is going to help you to minimize your risk exposure for older clients. You all do a great job of building up the client's wealth. We're just here to show you some opportunities, a way for him to keep it now, or him or her to keep it, as well as to retire and be able to also transfer wealth as well. And also, I call it the F word, your fiduciary responsibility. What I've noticed is a lot of financial planners now are calling themselves wealth managers, where they're really starting to look into it, all the insurance as well. So very important, because what happens, we've seen, is that other agents will come and ask your clients about insurance. If a sale does happen, then the next question would be, well, can I help you to manage your money as well? So here's a few things we want to go over. How can I find simple opportunities in my book of business with minimal effort or selling? So when was the last time you asked your client to review their insurance? So if they say, I haven't reviewed my insurance, well, here's the opportunity. What we did here at BackNine Insurance is we like to not just give ideas, but really give you a solution that you can use with your clients. So what we did was we created what's called a policy review form. Extremely simple, not difficult. So all that happens here is that you have to have your client fill out the top section in yellow there. The client has to fill out the section in yellow. Then what you do is you send that back to us. And what we'll do on your behalf is we will send over this policy review to that carrier. So let's say the client has Transamerica or John Hancock. We'll send that information in. We'll get on the phone. It might take us 20 minutes on hold, but we're going to do it for you on your behalf so you can do what you do best, which is meeting with your clients. So once we receive that form back, what we're going to do, because we have access to 40 plus carriers, we're going to show you some options. So let's say your client's looking for the same death benefit but a lower premium. We'll show you a few options. Or let's say your client's looking for the same premium but a higher death benefit. Again, we'll show you some options. What we see a lot of is that you've done a great job building your client's wealth. Now we want to have a paid-up policy where there's no more premiums being paid. So no additional premium. We'll show you some options where. As you can see here on the top right, we can brand your logo if you'd like. We really don't care about BackNine Insurance here. It's about marketing you. So you can brand all your information right there. All you have to do is send us an email. We'll get that logo on there. We'll send you this policy review form. A quick testimony about this. I had an agent out of Chicago who used this policy review form for a business owner, and then we found out that one of his clients had a $20 million 10-year term policy for Key Man. They were paying $112,000 a year. So after the policy review, we figured out, we did some research, we shopped the case, and we were able to get that same $20 million 10-year term policy for $73,000. Saved the client a boatload of money. The agent was very happy, client was happy, and we got a $73,000 commission for the agent. So there's a lot of opportunities out there, and our goal here is just to show you how easy it can possibly be. Let's say your client says, I don't have any insurance right now. So what we do is we have a simple fact finder that you can use for your client just to go over and ask them specific questions and figure out what their insurance needs are. And then from there you send it to us. We'll do the evaluation and we'll give you some options for your client. So this is a simple fact finder. Again, we can brand it for you if you'd like. If not, if you don't have a logo, that's fine. We'll just send you the fact finder and we'll send you the policy review form. Jesse?
So now that we've helped you get your first application in, what can you expect? Well, with our BOSS system, it allows you to track your case from submission to completion. You get to track the case with real-time status 24/7 from your desktop, your tablet, or your smartphone. View your case requirements, which means your APSs, have they been ordered, telemeds, the parameds, have labs been scheduled, have labs been ordered. So you really get to see what is going on with your case every single step of the way. We've recently added the ability for you to receive in-force data feeds, which allows you to view current beneficiaries on the policy, cash values on a day-to-day basis, something that has not ever been done in the industry before. Track your commissions, very important. How much will you get paid and if you got paid? We love what we do, but I'm sure we want to get paid for it too. We believe in empowering advisors. Now, Josh and I are here to be a resource to you. If you need us to run quotes for you or pull applications, but the BOSS system lets you run your own quotes, get the most current carrier applications, so you can always be ready to go. But like I said, I cannot stress this enough, Josh and myself always here to help you and take a call and help you run the quotes or pull applications. You're in the middle of a case, you have a question. You can now instant message your marketing manager, so Josh or myself, or your case manager. You'll have a dedicated case manager working on your cases. So now if you're in the case, you have a question, you can actually instant message the case manager on the spot. So far we've discussed ways to passively mine your book of business. But what if you actually want to try to grow your life insurance business, long-term care business, annuities, and DI business? We've put together 3 basic concepts that we want to discuss with you that financial planners are having success with. IRR selling, so talking about contractual guarantees, life insurance with long-term care riders, and annuity maximization. So let's take a look at the first one. The IRR, or the internal rate of return, is simply a measure on the policy's performance. So we want to provide you with something you normally don't have access to, which are guaranteed returns using IRRs. So think of it like return of investment on premiums paid. So let's take a look at this case study. It's a 60-year-old male with a $2 million life insurance policy. So actuaries tell us that there's a 49% chance that at age 83, that death will occur, at age 83. At age 83, the IRR on that $2 million death benefit is 8%. So question to you is this: when was the last time you guaranteed your clients an 8% return on their money? Contractually guaranteed, of course, as long as they pay their premiums. So let's take it a little step further. So what would happen if the beneficiaries what would happen for the beneficiaries is starting at age 60, the policy owner would have placed $30,000 each year into a taxable investment, earning on average an annual rate of return of 4%, instead of paying premiums on his universal life insurance policy with a no lapse guarantee. At life expectancy, their beneficiaries would have received a $965,000 inheritance versus the $2 million life insurance from the life insurance policy. So let's go one step further. How long would it have taken for the client's investment to grow and match the $2 million death benefit from the life insurance policy? And if you can see here, it would have taken an additional 16 years with an investment growing at 4% in order to match the original $2 million death benefit from the life insurance policy.
Perfect. So as you can see, contractual guarantees are great for a client, once they get a little bit older and they're looking for retirement or wealth transfer. So I'm going to talk about life insurance with long-term care riders. So as we'd all agree, long-term care is a big issue for a lot of people. And so some of the main factors that I've seen is that it's incredibly expensive. The price keeps going up. You're not necessarily locked in. And then it's going to be a use it or lose it situation. So what we've done here is you'll see some of the basics. When you add a long-term care rider to the equation, the cost can be up to 50% cheaper than traditional long-term care plans. In some cases, you can get up to 4% of the face amount on a monthly basis. Your premiums are locked in. So it is a life insurance chassis. And then the thing I like the most is that no matter what happens, your benefit's going to be used via life insurance or death benefit, long-term care, or even maybe cash value, because some of the policies now, if you want to, will have some cash. Let's take a look at a quick little scenario here. So let's say I have a client who has a $500,000 life insurance policy. We add the long-term care rider. It simply just gives me a pool of money of $500,000 for long-term care. If there is a long-term care need, it just draws down from the death benefit dollar for dollar. So for example, let's say that 1 year I needed $100,000 out of my policy for long-term care. I had 2 of the 6 ADLs. So now my new policy is going to be $400,000. So it's a really interesting concept there. And then again, no matter what happens, your client will have access to cash value. They'll have access to a death benefit and also access to long-term care. One thing I told one of the agents I work with, I said, does your client have the old kind of insurance or the new kind? And he said, what do you mean? Well, the old kind of insurance is really geared towards a death benefit. That's usually called term insurance. The new kind is what we call living benefits. What can I get here now while I'm alive? And again, that, like we talked about earlier, that's one great way to protect your AUM is by setting your client up to be able to have money in case a long-term care need happens. So let's just show you a quick little diagram of how this works here. So your client's going to pay the premium for the life insurance and the long-term care. It buys them that pool of money for both. And then again, if you want to, you have some policies that are contractually guaranteed like Jesse talked about, or we could look at something that builds some cash value. So once you buy that benefit, it buys you a max monthly benefit, either at 2 or 4%. Any portion that's not used for retirement income or not used for long-term care will be transferred to the beneficiaries on a tax-free basis. People don't buy life insurance because it's sexy. They buy it because of the benefits. So what we've done here is we like to give ideas but also give you solutions. So here's a one-pager that we created here that you can use with your clients to kind of show them the challenges and the power of long-term care riders. So if you look here, we put that living benefits up top there. It's a great term. But if you look here, it shows the chances of your client getting into a house fire, 1 in 1,200, the chances of being in an accident, 1 in 240, and then the shocker, chances of needing long-term care, it's 1 in 2. Underneath that, you'll see the cost of long-term care from 2013 all the way to 2048. It's astronomical. And unfortunately, this is, I'm sure someone in your family has had an issue here, so it's affected all of us. There's a quick little some bullets there of how the rider works, and then a little case study at the bottom of Mary, who is 55 years old and whose parents had some major long-term care issues. It was a strain on her. She did not want to have the same issues happen with her kids, so she took out a life insurance policy with a long-term care rider. A real simple piece that you can talk about with your client. Again, if you have a logo on the top right there, we can set that up for you. Send us an email, and we'll go ahead and send that back to you, branded with all your information on there. Jesse?
So the last concept we'll touch on is annuity maximization. So perhaps your client purchased a deferred annuity that they no longer need. Maybe the intent was actually to leave it for the kids. So in order to do the annuity maximization strategy, there's 2 options for them. One, they can either convert the annuity into a SPIA or a single premium immediate annuity, or if they don't want to give up their annuity, they can start taking withdrawals from the annuity. But this is what we'll do. Let's look at this case study, Sam and Maggie. They purchased a deferred $750,000 annuity that is growing currently at 5%. So in 30 years, the annuity would be worth roughly about $3.2 million. However, after taxes, the net to the heirs is $2.3 million. Had they instead purchased a $2.2 million survivor UL and then used the distributions from the annuity instead of using the distribution for the annuity, in 30 years, the heirs would have received the balance of the annuity minus the taxes plus a $2.2 million death benefit, leaving the heirs essentially an extra $693,000 net to the heirs by using this strategy.
One thing to add here, Jesse, is that we also have had some success with RMD Max. So here's a question I ask the financial planners I work with. Do you have any clients who are taking RMDs but don't necessarily need the money? Now, obviously, this is not going to be everybody, but there are some clients that fit that mold here. I asked this question to a financial planner I work with, and then he found a client who was 70 years old, who had about $75,000 of RMD money that they had to take, but she did not need the money. So what we did was we took that $75,000, we put it into a contractually guaranteed universal life contract. We ended up buying $3.9 million of death benefit. That money would go to the beneficiaries tax-free. It wasn't going to be used anyway. Really, there's no better vehicle in terms of wealth transfer. She's extremely happy, and the agent's obviously extremely happy as well. So it doesn't have to be all the money. It could be part of it, a portion of it that we can use here. But we recommend at least looking at this and seeing if this is an opportunity that maybe that you have in your book of business right now. And then obviously, if you want after that, you can start looking for it. So. All right. Well, thank you very much for the time here. All of our contact information is here. If you have any questions, we'd love to talk to you. Again, if you're local, we'd love to set up a time to meet you face-to-face, and then we can go over these things and we can shake hands here. But if we don't see you then, we will be seeing you in Vegas. Ellen, thank you very much for the opportunity here. We're really excited about it, and we're excited to see everyone in Vegas. Thank you very much.